Okay, solve by rewriting in more useful form. Okay, we would always do that anyway. So 25 squared equals 125 to the x plus 1, right? So how could I write these bases in the same, or how can I write the bases using the same base? So 25 I could write as 5 squared, right? So that's the 25, and then it's squared. And then 125 I could write as 5 to the third, right? And then that 125 is raised to the x plus 1. So power to power now tells me this is 5 to the fourth, 2 times 2. And this tells me it's 5 to the 3 times x plus 1. Let me just do this over here. 3 times x plus 1. That's 3x plus 3, right? 3x plus 3. So the bases are the same now, so that means that the exponents are. So 4 equals 3x plus 3. I'll come up here. We'll subtract 3 from both sides. I get 1 equals 3x. And I'll divide both sides by 3, and I get 1/3. Right? So x equals 1/3. For b, let's make space. b, I have x over 5 plus x minus 1 over 3 equals 2. I'm going to multiply both sides by the LCM times 15, and I can't fit that, but I'm going to multiply by 15 over here. So I get 3x plus 5 times x minus 1 equals 30. 30, right? 30. Okay. 3x plus 5x minus 5, we distributed, right? Equals 30. Like terms, 8x minus 5 equals 30. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. 8x equals 35. Let's come up here. 8x equals 35. And divide both sides by 8. And we get x equals 35/8. Right? Okay, and the next one, C. C, we have a quadratic. X squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 25. Let's subtract 25 from both sides. So x squared minus 4x minus 21 equals 0. Now, let's see if we can factor. What times what is negative 21? Added is negative 4. Well, that would be negative 7 and positive 3. So this factors to x minus 7, x plus 3 equals 0. 0 product property tells us x minus 7 is 0 or x plus 3 is 0. So x equals 7, x equals negative 3, and 7 are the solutions. And the last one, D. D, we have 9 to the x equals 1/3 to the x plus 3. Now this one you could do either way. You could write the 1/3 as a base of 3, or even 9. You could write the 9 as a base of 1/3. I don't know. Let's do it the harder way, right? Because if you can do it the hard way, you can do it the easy way. So let's get 9. How could I rewrite 9 as a base of 1/3? Well, let's think. 1/3 to the negative 1, that's 3. 1/3 to the negative 2 is 9. Okay, so I figured it out. I could write 9 as 1/3 to the negative 2. So I'm going to do that. 1/3 to the negative 2. Oops. 1/3 to the negative 2. Oh, I guess I do need parentheses. Negative 2 to the x, right? Because it was raised to the x equals 1/3 to the x plus 3, right? So power to power says that 1/3, negative 2 to the x is negative 2x, equals 1/3 to the x plus 3. So now we have the bases the same, the 1/3. So that means the powers are going to be the same. I'm going to come up here. So negative 2x must equal x plus 3. And I'll subtract x from both sides, and I get negative 3x equals 3. And I'll divide by negative 3, and I'll get x equals negative 1.